Brother, can I ask you a question if I may ask? What's your nationality according to this word?
Child of God.
Child of God. So when you go fill out a job application, you say child of God. What do you?
Other.
Other. Okay, but what do they call us?
Black.
Black, which is a color. What else do they call us? African American. For our Latino brothers, they put black, but they say Latino, but not black. To separate us. So now let me ask you this. What's your nationality according to the Bible? You said child of God.
Child of God.
But where does it say that in the Bible?
Child of God.
And see, are you and him the same nation? Right there. He said child of God, so you the same as him?
Yeah, we're all the same, bro.
Listen, if you were the same, your people went in slavery on cargo slave ships. Did his? Did his? If you were the same, Sandra Bland, like our sister and you, wouldn't be killed in the streets by them, and they are not to blame. So, I'm gonna do one better for you. I'm gonna ask the sister right here. Are we this? Hey sis, are we the same as them in the streets, or do they treat us different? You're not the same. You don't own Brooks Brothers. You don't own none of this.
You still bleed like that.
No, but let me show you something. Give me Numbers 1 and 18. No. Yeah, give me that. And then I'm gonna show you something that happened to you that's in the Bible. How did we get to America? On slave ships, right? Is that in the Bible? Yes, it is. And guess who went into slavery on cargo slave ships? You did. Right. Guess who sold you? Matter of fact, go to Joel chapter 3. I'm gonna show you your slavery in the Bible where the Africans, which you are not, sold you, the Africans and the Arabs sold you to the white man. That's why a lot of us are Muslims and a lot of us are Christianity. Guess what? They know who they are. You don't, because if I ask your mother, she might say Afro-American.
Right.
If I ask your grandmother, she might say colored.
Right.
If I ask your great-great-grandmother, she might say Negro.
Right.
And then prior to that, when you got off the slave ship, they might have said nigger. Did you know nigger was in the Bible too? That's who the prophets were. Read that.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
Saw that too.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Jehoshaphat means the valley of decision. Jehoshaphat is the Middle East. That's where all your top countries are getting ready to start fighting war. It means the valley of decisions. God's going to make a decision on them for what they did to you and to her. Read.
And will plead with them there for my people.
Well, plead. When we think of the word plead, America taught us that plead means to beg. What does the Bible mean? Give me that. John 66. Isaiah. But hold that. We got to understand, the Bible defines itself. The same one that's on your grandmother, King James Version. Same one that's on your mom's grandmother's stand that she opened it up probably to song, but she didn't read past it. She only heard what her pastor said. My pastor said this.
Right.
My pastor said this, and guess where the pastor learned from? Pastors are only agents of the government. They got to go to a white theological school and be taught by them and then come teach us. Read.
Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 16. For by fire...
No, start at 15. 15, yeah.
Verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger.
First and foremost, he's coming with fire and his chariots. You know those things that they say are UFOs? No, those are your brothers and sisters on IFOs. They're identified. And he's what?
To render his anger.
The Most High is angry. He's angry at us.
With fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword.
Hold on. What is another modern word for sword today? Weapons. For by fire and by modern day weaponry.
Will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So he's going to plead with you, not beg with you. He's going to plead with you with fire and weaponry. Now we know when you do mass killings, what is that? Right here, listen.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So with his whirlwind, his anger, with fire and swirl, the slain of the Lord shall be what?
Shall be many.
What does slain mean? Murder. So guess what? That's what plead means. Plead means that he's going to murder these nations on your behalf because of what they did to you. I know it sounds foreign, but we're going to read it. Go back to Joel.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
That's why America, Russia, China, and all of them are gathering in the Middle East. That's the valley of decision. World War III is about to start. Read.
And will plead with them there for my people.
Will plead. Excuse me, brother. With the plead means what? Slain, murder. He said he's going to plead with all these nations for my people.
And for my heritage,
His
Israel.
heritage, Israel. His people and his heritage is only Israel. You don't bleed the same blood as him. He's the one that enslaved you. Let's prove it. Read.
Whom they have scattered among the nations.
How did they scatter us? This is how they scattered us. They scattered us on slave ships. Guess what the Bible says? Slavery on cargo, slave ships.
That's
You
right.
blacks, Latinos. Is this not what they did to us? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Read that again.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people
He's going to murder all these nations for his people.
and for my heritage Israel.
So he's going to kill these nations. Remember what it says in Revelations. Those that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Those that are killed with the sword shall be killed with the sword. So those that led you into captivity and still continue, God wouldn't be a just God if he didn't pay them back. Eye for an eye.
Whom
Read.
they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Scattered among the nations. We're in America. We're in Mexico. We're in Puerto Rico. We're in the Netherlands. We're in Germany. We don't even know we're the same people. We don't even know who we are. Read.
And they have cast lots for my people.
You know what cast lots mean? Brother, if I was to take your hat off to school and we all write our name on it and we put it in your hat and we shake it up and we tell you to grab it and you're the lucky one to grab it. When they would grab that, they would be slaves sold to Master Johnson in Texas. That's what casting lots mean. Slavery. This is what they were doing to you. Read.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
You know what a harlot means? Another word is hoe. They said I would give a boy for a harlot. Think about what that is. During slavery, what did they make the men do? They would have sex with their mothers, their sisters, their brothers to make more slaves. Guess what? You want to know why 70% of the black woman is not married? Because the black man's still a hoe. He was made to be a nigga in America. Right. You've been manufactured to hate your sister and only have babies by them. Because 70% of the women are not married. But they got a baby by a man. Who likes to be called babies? That's my baby's dad or my baby's mom. You were made to be a hoe. But remember God's duality. He's going to tell you about the sister too. Read.
And sold a girl for wine.
You ever heard about the sex farms that they had during slavery? You ever heard about what the master used to do to the black woman? He would come up to you and you're married to her and he would say, brother, Master Johnson from such and such plantation is coming over this weekend. He wants your wife and she better be good because if she don't, I'm killing both of you all. And guess what you did? But master, and submitted.
You mad, but then you submit.
Read.
Verse 4.
And guess what? That's why our sisters to this day are okay with not being married and giving you all the goodies, but never don't care about being married. And those that were married and got divorced are destroyed because they were not married under the law. They was married under white supremacy.
Right.
I could do whatever I want. I could break the laws. But remember we read earlier, if you were picking sticks on the Sabbath, which today is, God would murder you. Read.
Verse 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
So now God asked the Africans, which you are not, you're Israelites, you're another dark-skinned race, and they're another dark-skinned race. Remember, the Egyptians were dark, the Israelites were dark. Moses was mistaken as the Pharaoh's grandson, but he had to have been dark to be mistaken for them. Two different nations, but they both were dark. Read.
and all the coast of Palestine.
No, go back to the top of that.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Zidon is ancient African nations. So God is asking them, what do you got to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
And all the coast of Palestine.
Coast of Palestine is your Arabs today. So God asked the Africans and the Arabs, what do you have to do with me? You want to know why? Read that from the top again.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
God asked them, what do you have to do with me? I didn't choose you.
Right.
I chose this brother. I chose this sister. I chose that brother. I chose the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They are my children. I didn't choose you, Africans. I didn't choose you, Chinese. I only chose you. You're not the same as him. Read.
Will ye render me a recompense?
So God asked them, are you going to pay me back because I chose you? Because I chose the children of Israel?
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
So guess what God said? Oh, you think you're going to pay me back? That's what recompense means. Oh, you going to pay me back because I chose y'all?
So we leaving out the other races?
No, we ain't leaving nothing out. What did God just say? I chose, what do you have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? What do you have to do with me, the coast of Palestine? Matter of fact, hold that, go to 2nd Ezra, 6 and 54. We're gonna see what God said. Because this is, what you just said, we hear that question asked in a different way. We'll say, we all come from Adam. We do. But you came from the Almighty Adam, a direct lineage. Everybody there was just there to be your slave. And right now, because you follow their gods, you are now their slave. And if you told me your last name, you would prove it. Your last name is still last name of a white man.
Bring it out.
And so is mine. So you and I are one and the same. When I'm talking to you, I am talking to me.
Right.
Watch this.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Who did he make Lord of all our creatures? Adam. We all come from them. Every nation on the earth come from them. Read.
Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So now he makes a distinct statement. We all come from Adam, but also the people whom he have chosen according to Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Right.
He only chose the children of Israel. If I may ask you a question. Come here for 1 second. Can you look at that sign? By your father's descent. Let me just move back. On this side, this is what God calls you. On this side, this is what the white man calls it. Would you be a so-called black African American? You would be from the tribe of Judah. You come from the same tribe that black Messiah comes from. You got the same blood that Christ has coming through you. What tribe you come from? Zebulon? You are here too. Blacks, Latinos, we the same. We are the same people. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, because of that, listen to this. We all come from Adam, but also whom the people he have chosen. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Watch this.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
He chose you.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Did you just hear that? If I may ask you your name. Mine's is Aaron. What's your name? James. James. That's a very white name. We are still owned by slave masters. James. I got a brother named James. Listen, Brother James.
Yes, sir.
Read that part again.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made the world for the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
He made the world for the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
That's
he
right.
made the world for the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
What about everybody else?
Watch this. Listen. Would you say it louder? I want you to
What
say
about
it.
everybody else?
Did y'all hear that? Let's let the Bible speak.
Bring it out. As for the other people,
As for everybody else, James,
which also come of Adam,
they also come of Adam.
thou hast said that they are nothing.
That's right.
All the other nations according to the Bible that your grandma has on her thing that we didn't read, says that all the other nations are nothing. Only you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are. But read it from the top. You're fighting. Come here, brother. I'm gonna show you something. Come here, brother. Listen to this real quick. Tell me what this. But listen, you ain't listened to the second part. This is the Bible. Do you believe the Bible? Okay, listen to it. Can you hear over there? Listen to it. Watch it. Read from the top.
Verse 54, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54. Bring it out. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. You are correct, but you got to pay attention to the next part.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So now there's everybody, and then there's the people he has chosen.
That's right.
The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He has chosen. Watch this.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He made the world for the so-called Israelites' sake. You blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now the chosen, what you are. Now for all the other nations.
As for the other people,
for all the other nations that are not blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right. Which also come of Adam.
They come from Adam too, like you said.
Right. Thou hast said that they are nothing.
That's right. They are nothing, but it gets better.
But be like unto spittle.
Be like what?
Unto spittle.
He said all other nations is like spit.
Right.
He only loves you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
You are his chosen people.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Now watch this. The nation that rules over you, let's see what God said about them. Keep reading.
Sorry. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
If you drinking that Pepsi and a little drop fall off your lip, are you concerned about that? That's how he compares the other nations. But watch this.
Why would he make them?
Why not? He made them to be, he made the world for your sake. They were supposed to be your slaves, but guess what you are? You are their slaves. Because you keep fighting for them. They don't never fight for you. They kill you.
That's right.
Read.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold these heathen.
Now, O Lord, these heathen. You know what heathen means? Other nations. Anybody that's not an Israelite is a heathen. At this time, who was ruling? The same people that's ruling over you now was ruling over you then.
Non-believers heathen too?
Basically, yes. Because they're going to die just like them. Matter of fact, their death's going to be worse. They're going to feel it forever. Hold on. Let me finish this.
Be believers as well?
No, they cannot. Read it from the top again.
And now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
They always had a reputation as nothing.
Have begun to be lords over us.
This is why you have this. They began to be lords over us. We worship a white Christ, and if you say you don't, you're a liar. You live in America. Everybody was taught a white Christ.
Right.
But guess who looks like Christ, James? You do. More specifically, he's your complexion with a big woolly beard.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How are you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is
Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.